Welcome to Component.Studio. My name's JT, and Component.Studio is basically an app where you combine an image editor like Photoshop and a data sheet or a spreadsheet like Excel into one program, and it allows you to design your own game components, whether those be cards, tiles, chits, that sort of thing. You basically design the first one, and then Component.Studio designs the rest for you. But this video isn't about Component.Studio 1, which is out in the field, and you can go view it right now in your browser at Component.Studio. This video is about Component.Studio 2, the next generation of Component.Studio. So if that sounds interesting to you, stick around because we're looking for feedback. Now, on with the topic of this video. In my previous videos, we've talked about all the different components as we've been building them in. The latest thing that I've added is images. And so I wanted to give you a little bit of a show and tell about how the image system works right now, but also keep in mind that I am looking for feedback. So whatever you might see where you're thinking, oh, it would be better if it did this, let me know what that is, and we'll see what we can do. So with that, let's dig right in. As you can see, I've got a design here that has images in it already. But rather than getting into the design part, let's take a look at the upload system. So to get into the image manager, you would click on this button here. And that will take you to the image manager. You'll have folders, and you can create additional folders here, or you can delete a folder once it is empty. You have to delete all the images out of it. You can upload a file into a given folder as well, and that's pretty straightforward. Each of the images in the folder will be displayed for you. In addition, it'll tell you the variable name. These variable names are automatically generated based on the file name that is uploaded. So in this case, I believe this file was memorial-day. Now, variable names must not have any special characters in them. I'm sorry, this was memorial-day.png, I believe. So anyway, it generated this name, and again, it can't have any special characters except for an underscore. That is the only allowable character in a variable name. So, the only allowable character other than letters and numbers. It also cannot have spaces. So if you uploaded one like this one, had a space in the name, so it's got put an underscore in there for that sort of thing. You can have upper and lowercase variable names, and they are case sensitive, so you could technically have lowercase Memorial Day and uppercase Memorial Day. That is possible. It will then show you the size of the image, or if it is an SVG, it will simply say vector there because SVGs have no sizes. You can use SVGs in this version. That's new. Component.Studio 1 would not allow SVGs. This one will. There are a few things that we have to do differently because we're using SVGs, and I'll probably cover those later. May or may not cover that in this video. So through here, you can delete an image. You can edit the name of the image. You can click download to get a copy of the image. I'm going to skip this button for a second, and of course you can hit the clipboard here, and that will add the images variable directly into your clipboard so that you can paste it into other things. Now let's talk about this icon right here. This is the icon's icon, if you can believe that. And what that does is it will, if you enable it, like so, it will turn this image into something that can be referenced inline in text. I'll demonstrate that in just a moment, but just know that you can turn those on to make them, to put them inline in your text like an icon. Most of your images will not be that, but of course you will have a few images here and there that you might want to insert in text. You can still use fonts to do that, custom fonts, which I recommend. There's a lot of advantages for that, but if you want to use icons, you can do that. So for example, if we go to my icons folder here, I have a number of icons, and I have flipped that switch on for each of those. And you can upload whatever you like. Again, like I said, any images you like, and you can create as many folders as you like. And so that is the image manager. If you have any comments or concerns, please let me know. I'd love to hear more. Now, that image manager can also be accessed through various other fields. So, for example, if we go into the art section here, this is an image. So I've added a oh, again, I missed it there. I've added an image type or an image layer type here. And so this is using a variable from a data set, but you can also just go into here, click on images, and that will bring up the image manager, and I could then get the clipboard element here, copy that, close this out, and then paste that in here. And so now I'm using the image variable directly rather than putting it in through the row variable. Now, of course, I do want to use the row variable, so I'm going to go ahead and use history here. Or I'm sorry, not history. I'm going to use row and grab image and paste that back in there because I do want that to be here for this demonstration. But you get the idea. It's going to show you, you can use that to go grab an image from anywhere and then paste it in. While you're editing a field that is an image type field, we're going to display a little icon of that image right there. So again, if I close it here, you'll see that there's that little image icon there as well. And that's just to give you a hint as to what is the value of this, because obviously I can show you a URL, but that's not nearly as good as if you could just see it, right? It's better to we're visual people. So doing a little bit of a display there. Now, you can, we talked about the last thing being that you can insert images inline into text. And so let's show that. And this time, instead of editing it here, let's actually use the dataset editor, because this is where you'd really be doing it. So you can see that I have a number of images defined into variables, and those images are being used here and here. So if we switch to this secondary one here, you can see it switched the image and it switched these three images. Okay. So if I go back to the dataset editor, now I want to put some images directly into my text, not just in as image variables. So let's go take a look at how that would work. Again, if I click images here, we can see all the different images that I have, but specifically these 6 are listed as icons. So if I click this, there is a different dropdown. So there's the images shortcut here, but there's also the icons shortcut here. So the images shortcut is going to bring up the image manager itself. The icons shortcut, though, creates tags specifically for the ones that are icons. So in this case, maybe I want to replace the word love with 3 hearts. So I'm just going to go like that and paste those tags in there. Now you can type those if you want, but this shortcut here is just to help you remember what that variable name was, because once you have 10 icons or something and a bunch of other things, you're not going to remember any of that. So you want the system to help you. So that's what this shortcut is all about. So now if we save that, I'll go ahead and close this out of here and close this out of here. Now if we look at my text down here, you can see that I've got 3 icons in line. If I go back into this text and I want to edit it some more, let's do this. So let's say I want these to be big. Now I showed you the style manager last time, so I'm just going to use a style that's already predefined here. You can make whatever styles you want and apply other kinds of things, but I'm going to wrap that in an H1, which will make it but bigger. So now you can see that my hearts are bigger relative to the text. So you can use the styles just like on your icons, just like you would use styles on the font. So if I go back in here and and I edit my text and I move the end H1 tag here to actually wrap the word all, then what we're going to see is that not only are the hearts increased, but the word all is increased too, because we're just using that style to increase the size of the hearts and the text all at once. So that is, in a nutshell, images in Component.Studio 2. I'd like to hear what you think of this. Does this match your expectations? Does this make it easy enough for you to be able to insert images any way that you might want to, whether they be just a display of an image or an image inline in text? Do you like the image management system of how you upload images, how you identify images as icons, that sort of thing? So leave your thoughts in the comments, and I really appreciate your feedback. Oh, wait, you know what? There is one other thing. Sorry. I kind of showed this in the past as well. You can use images in one other place, and that is if you go into, let's say, the title here, the background can also have a image, a texture. And so that's what's going on up here. So there's an image that is in the background of this box, and it's cut out with the little fillets on the corner here. And so that's the other last place. So sorry about that. That's the last little thing. So now you know all of the things that images can do in Component.Studio 2. So again, leave your thoughts in the comments, and thank you very much for leaving feedback. Talk to you next time.